All right, so today I'm going to be talking in a different place in the property, but this time I want to talk about the importance of being up to date in the AI world, specifically AI. Okay, but this is a topic that can be translated into multiple, almost every area of life if you think about it really. So you can think about it from the perspective of just being aware that at any single point there's going to be something that can be an amazing tool for you. Okay, and you don't have to be close to that idea. It can be, it can be, for example, I just learned that I can do some 11 labs WhatsApp automation. But what I found that is so interesting for me is that if it wasn't because I was like on the loop of like, oh, this is interesting, this is actually interesting, let me check this out, it would have been so hard for me to, like, I wouldn't know that this exists, like the 11 labs automation that just came up like 2 days ago or something. And so that's the value of like being on the loop of like, I'm not talking about just go to Google and ask what are the new like the news here or whatever, but like I'm talking about always uh, finding ways to optimize your life. I'm not talking about just your business, for example, but your life overall. For example, in my family business, I have a kind of warehouse, a small warehouse, and we do put all of our inventory there that we rent out in a weekly basis, right, or on a daily basis, but most times on a weekly basis because it's most of our rents or reservations basically are in the weekend. So for that furniture, so I actually asked ChatGPT, or I think it was Gemini. I think we don't have Gemini Pro right now because it allows me to give a lot, gives me a lot of like space storage, and I found it pretty useful. But what I'm saying here is like I asked Gemini, what is the best, you know, arrangement of elements here in this room so that I can fit the most things in the most organized way, and what are some pitfalls that you find here in this, warehouse. And I started to get so many ideas for, oh, I could put this thing right here in this wall. I can put this bouncy houses in this way. I can put these tables in this other way, these chairs in this other way. That's one thing. Another thing, for example, I was asking ChatGPT or Gemini in this case ways to improve my workouts and my nutrition training program. And I started chapping for like 30 minutes on a voice memo while I was driving about everything I do fitness wise. Then it gave me a lot of ideas that I can do, which are really, really useful. Now with AI, this is so useful. Before you had to like actually do some thinking, ask people with Gemini or, AI. It's so, so amazing. For example, if something is taking you a lot of time and you think, is there something that I can automate this? Go and ask, AI and just see if there's something. For example, with myself, we do take a lot of phone calls from our profiles on Google My Business profile, you know, the website and the Google Ads that I'm running currently. I'm about to run the Meta Ads. I'm still not there. I first want to like master Google Ads first, but I'm currently doing this, and so we do get a lot of phone calls, and what I do is that it takes a lot of time. So what I do to modify that or to like offset that is, I thought, is there something I can do to automate this? And I went to ChatGPT and that back in the day, and I asked, hey, how can I automate this? And I started to see that, oh, GoHighLevel thing, oh, this other thing. And so because of that reason, I found this GoHighLevel automation that now I can do on in ElevenLabs, that is these small things that you find every once in a while that truly change the game. I mean, truly, truly change the game. And it is a difference between, you know, it's really the difference between you 2x in your company like in the next 3 months from now, because you're able to free up so much time or maybe save a lot of money from, not hiring someone who you potentially needed to hire before because you needed a customer success or not customer success, but customer service person. You know what I'm saying? Like receptionist, that kind of stuff. So, um, that's what I'm thinking. And it's important to also be aware in the in your surroundings. For example, I went to it's like a private, how can I say this? Like a private house complex, and there's the security guard, and it's usually the case that in this type of communicated zones that you enter, and then the security guard tells you, "Hey, listen, where are you going to? I'm gonna call this person. Do you know your ID of your car or your vehicle?" And then basically he does all of the process. But this other time I went to this other one, it had like a machine, like a software that you had to click on. And I was thinking like the reasoning behind it is it was so bright, the person who did this, because literally the security guard, like literally, I mean, I'm talking, these guys are probably gonna be replaced, man, very, very soon. And I was a security guard myself, like a year ago. And so I'm thinking, wow, this is actually makes a lot of sense. Like these little things are the difference between incredible success, really. Okay, so yeah, always keep your mind out. Keep your mind active to things that could be improving your current routine, current business, and especially now with AI, right? Although with any type of software, don't be, you know, close to pitch from people. For example, I received a phone call from someone who wanted me to, it was a salesperson talking about a credit card that was going to give me cashback. I didn't have at that time any cashback credit cards. And so I thought, that's interesting. Let me hear this, what this guy has to say. Or in this case, what this girl has to say. And I actually found out that it was actually a good idea while I was talking to this person on the phone. And so I said, you know what? Let's do it. And I just opened the car in the spot. And then I got the car delivered to me in like the next day or something. So, and this is the credit card I use every day now. So if it wasn't because of that, I wouldn't be able to do it. So yeah, just don't be close to new ideas, all right? Especially if they can improve your life.